Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching AMTV Alternative Media Television. It is, of course, August 23rd, 2017. Today, I want to do a little bit different topic, but I think it's very interesting, and I'm just speaking from the heart. So here's the title of today's video: How the Internet Gave Me Brain Damage. And I'm not being alarmist or taking things out of context. I really think that my brain chemistry has been altered as a result of social media, as a result of this new technology, as a result of these algorithms, as a result of constant stimulus. I really believe, I know, that my mind has been remapped in a number of ways. And I don't think it's an accident. Now, keep in mind, a lot of us use social media and these kinds of things, but you don't also produce it. We produce media, study media, and consume media. So a typical day for me, I spend 15 odd hours on social media, on the internet, and working with this new technology, on the front end of things and also on the back end of things. Friends and family have noticed in me, even over the last 10 years, that I've changed as a person, physically, biologically changed as a result of this unstoppable force that is being propelled by these duopolies like Google, which owns YouTube, and Facebook, of which Mr. Zuckerberg now wants to run for president of the United States.
Amid rumors of political ambition and a fiery debate over fake news, Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg laying out his vision for the future.
So I know fundamentally that my brain has been reworked and remapped for a reason, intentionally, for all kinds of things as a result of all this. I'm not even the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm addicted to it. I have withdrawal systems. If I don't use it, it's like a drug. Don't use it, I'm thinking about it. If I don't have look at me. I've got a phone on me right now, taking notes. Don't have it on me, I want to grab it. If I'm not being constantly stimulated and consuming what's going on in the news cycle 24/7, it's like I need to get my fix. It's an addiction, and I'm not the only one. You can't function in a normal society without it, and I think that's an overwhelming point. If you were to dump this technology, get rid of cell phones, get rid of a computer, and more importantly, get rid of the internet, you cannot function normally as a human being. You will be that homeless guy on a street corner holding a sign that says, "We'll work for Facebook likes." Seriously, you cannot function in a normal society. Yes, you could burn all the technology, destroy your phone or whatnot, throw it in the trash and go be a farmer or something like that. But eventually, it will creep your way. Eventually, you're not going to get away from it. Wi-Fi, for example, I think just like they didn't know with cigarettes, causes cancer. Cellular technology causes cancer, gives you brain cancer, alters not just your brain, your mind, your chemistry going on here, but your literal DNA. I'm being spied on, like you are. In fact, there was just an article yesterday. Of course, we've known this to be the truth for years. Google just admitted that they're recording your conversations from their cell phones and from their Android devices, just like Apple, even when you haven't authorized it to. Now, this is just what corporations are going to do. Like, are you telling me if you were Apple or Google and you got millions and millions of phones in people's hands, you're not going to eavesdrop on their conversations so you better understand your customer? Of course you will. Of course you would. And of course they're doing that. Not only to sell you goods and products you don't need to impress people you don't even like, right? Consumerism. But they're also selling that information out to the government, massive data mining agencies, central intelligence, and all of these kinds of things to study you. There is a literal agenda to dumb down the American sheep to an absolute stupor. There is a literal agenda to do that, and you can see that all around you. And one of the ways they're doing that is through social media. Let me give you another example. Facebook and these companies hire the same consultants that consult the casino industry so that you're constantly pulling to get the next hit. You're playing blackjack or poker or whatever it is, you're constantly being stimulated. They have done scientific studies. When you get a like, and you do a post. I can even feel it myself when you, oh, geez, how many likes do I have? How many views do I have? Oh, yeah, baby. How many new subscribers do I have? You are literally releasing endorphins in your brain like you're taking heroin, like you're snorting crack cocaine, like you're drinking alcohol or smoking a blunt. It's a drug. It's being used to dumb us down, to study us, and to control us, to keep the sheep moving a different direction. You'll notice, for example, I don't watch mainstream television. That also makes me unique. I don't watch mainstream television. We don't have any TV, so I don't know what's being said outside of what I get from the internet on CNN and these kinds of things. But I have other friends that also don't watch TV, and they tell me they'll go outside because it's been years since they've seen TV, and they don't even understand the new trends. They don't even make sense. Like people wearing lip rings, I guess, are in right now. One of the girlfriends I know was telling me. And she says she doesn't even get it. And it just points out and shows how ridiculous our society is. We're just buying shit we don't need to impress people we don't even like. Because all it is one giant sales pitch. That's all it is. And another very important point is it's not real. It's an unreality. It's an illusion. For example, when you walk outside right now, what's going on? You see any nuclear bombs going off? Is there Nazi KKK members marching through the streets? Is Kim Jong-un, you see his face out there in the sun, laughing with his bad haircut? No. You go outside, the sun's shining, the birds are chirping, everything's fine. Business as usual. But online, they've created a completely new reality that didn't even exist before. And again, they are rewiring your brain. Now they want to chip you. And they will. A company, this was in the news not too long ago, we've been talking this for years, is now chipping their employees so that they've got easy access into the facility and they don't have to constantly log in with their login information via computers and all these systems and these kinds of stuff. They want you to take the mark, folks. They want to chip you. And if you aren't chipped, you will die. They will not give you an option. It's like a death by 1,000 cuts. There's a resistance to it now, but eventually you will not be able to live or survive without the mark and without the chip. Just like now, is in a short period of almost 10 years, they've introduced cell phones and the internet and these social media technologies, companies like Google and Facebook, and now you can't even use them, or you can't even not use them, or you won't be a meaningful part of society. You can't even operate. It's how business is done. Social media is everything. Scientists can implant memories in your brain that never even existed so that you think that they're real. That's a fact. There's been many studies and scientific investigations on that matter. Maybe some of you have heard of remote viewing, where Central Intelligence, all this is unclassified now, can contact you remotely via satellite and change and alter your brain chemistry. We've all heard of the idea of Manchurian candidates, or the people that snap and then, commit these gross atrocities that we see, but really they're government agents. A lot of these studies they run with, inside the military itself, these forced vaccinations and stuff, and these things that they give our service members, et cetera, men and women. They're running all these tests behind closed doors, but not telling the sheep about it. But this is what they're studying. It's important to note that thought is a chemical. It is a literal chemical reaction. Freud and others and many psychologists have studied this, where of course we have the conscious mind that we are aware of, and then we have the subconscious, the hidden part of us, what I would like to call the universal mind, of which we're not even consciously aware of, operating in the background. It operates everything from your motives and your agenda behind closed doors in life, the goals that you set, to even the movements of the planets, the stars, and the galaxies and the beautiful galaxies in which we live. It's the unconscious universal mind. So it's important to note that even thought itself is a chemical. It's a chemical reaction. The internet is altering your thought. It's altering your mind. It's altered my mind. This video is altering your mind and affecting your thought. So in closing, I know 110% that I have suffered brain damage as a result of this. I have suffered mind-bending, altering realities, neuroses, of sorts because of the internet and because of this technology and because of these companies, all in the name of profit, control, and the intent really just to govern, right? So that we all fall in line. So we keep doing things without asking questions. And we're not independent, but we're dependent on them. So it's a very, very serious discussion, very, very serious topic. I don't think a lot of people are talking about. Again, they're altering your brain. Put it down. Can you stop using this? Can you stop using the internet today? Seriously, can you? I'm Christopher Green. Get it out everywhere. Make it viral. Hard-hitting in your face. Click the link up here to subscribe. Click the link down here to support us. God bless all of you. Thank you very much.